Uh, well, she already kind of gave an introduction to herself. I am pleased and honored to introduce my dear, dear friend, Marsha Kelly, who is just one of the most incredible human beings I've ever known.
Oh,
Most of you know she's from Pride of Portland. She's also our regional representative for Young Women in Harmony, and I know it's called something different now. Um, and they just had a great success Acapella Express Festival on the 18th. So keep an eye out for more information coming to celebrate our youth and, introduce them to our amazing craft of barbershop singing. So with that, I will turn it over to Marsha Kelly and enjoy your day.
good morning. It's so nice to be here. I have to apologize. I have a little bit of a throat thing going on. So every once in a while I have to clear it out or I can't talk, but I can still sing. It's not quite as good as usual, but I can still sing. So my background is I have a bachelor's degree in vocal music education. I have a master's in education. And a half a master's in music and a half a master's in reading. They don't make a whole master's. But I've been in Sweet Adeline since 2001 when I joined to sing with my mother in Pride of Portland. And that was after I got a degree and all that stuff. I've done a lot of chamber choir, vocal jazz, madrigals, all kinds of things. And I love quartetting, as you all probably know. And I love singing in choruses. I've been in a couple of them. So, and I'm thrilled to know all of you. I mean, this region is awesome. And I've met so many great friends. And especially Cherie, my buddy, I gave her a PVI and we got along so well. We just kept talking and having a good time. It lasted like, I don't know, an hour and a half or something. It was a good time. But I was in the quartet Soundwave, the first Soundwave, not the current one, in Region 24, and we won regional twice and went to international in Houston and Denver and had a wonderful time. There is nothing like walking out on that stage in a quartet. It was really cool. So I have to do it again. I'm working on it. So anyway, with that being said, I've been a voice teacher for, oh gosh, I don't know how long, since I was 20. So that would be 41 years. And I love helping people learn about their vocal instrument and get better. And anything that is vocal pedagogy, I just soak it up as much as possible. So, so here's to you. So shall we get going?
Yep.
Okay. And our first person up is Karen.
Hello.
Hey. So in a PVI, the first thing we do is we identify what your goals are. And then at the end, I need you to have a piece of paper and pencil available so you can write down at least 3 takeaways from the PVI. And so that's for you. So you can look back later. You can make more notes if you like. And anybody giving a PVI just assumes their person's going to write some things down because it's hard to remember it all.
Right.
So what are your goals for this?
I have a couple, 3. First one is I have a song where I have to transition from chest voice to head voice.
Mhm.
And being able to have a breathing pattern to be able to make that transition has been it has been hard. And the other part, which kind of is part 2 and 3, is that I would like to part of a quartet that's just starting up. And this song that I chose also has the bass part that transitions to melody in a few bars, and making that transition as well from going to where you're the foundation to then you're the melody. So those are the 2 things that I have questions about.
Well, those are excellent things. Those plague all of us. I mean, being a bass voice singer, everyone thinks, oh, bass, it's easy, it's low, it's in my chest voice. Not always. It does go up above into your head voice.
Right.
And you pass through that area that nobody likes called your passaggio. And that means you have to figure out when to add more of that resonant head tone into your bass sound and vice versa. So how far up do you sing in your chest voice before it really becomes non-musical and it
Right.
gets pinchy, you know,
Right.
because you can do, ah, and it chokes, right?
Right.
And you don't want to go there. So there's an area of about 5 notes. Let me get this so you can see it. There we go. Sorry, I'm down here and it's not 5 pitches where the middle of your break is here. So, and this is just a general guesstimation. It might be more for some and less for others. But as you are ascending in that bass resonance, everybody, all parts have their own cone that they sing in. So, and I don't know if you've been told this or not, but if you haven't, some coach will tell you at some point. So everyone has their cone.
Right.
So if you are lower, you are more broad and resonant. And as you go up, you lift and you lighten it more and you take the weight off. That's where the basses who flat a lot, they're still heavy as they go up. And what they need to do is not try to what they call make bass, right? Which I didn't know how to do because I came into bass as a baritone. So I was like, I don't even know what that means. Because baritones go up and down all the time. And so that's just where they live. But basses don't always do that. And when you do have to do it, you need the skill. So as you sing, you take some of that pressure off. You don't need volume. You don't need to boom it out. You need to be present with your sound and keep it warm. So if you add some of your head voice feeling, a lot of coaches will say, sing the low notes like they're high notes. So that works a lot too. So if you can go, ooh. So you see how it was lighter on the top and a little more
Yes.
resonant on the bottom?
Right.
That's what you do as you travel up. So I have a line in my eye. There, I have this shade that is not cooperating today. So why don't we start with a little bit of a warm up with you, and let's hear how you are supporting and resonating and what your sound is like. And we can do a little chest and a little head, and then we can work on blending those two.
I don't know what happened, but your voice is
Yeah,
fading.
your volume just greatly decreased.
There you go.
Okay, now?
No,
Still not. I don't know. I didn't do anything. Oh, Cherie, help me.
That's better.
it's getting better.
Okay. How's that?
I don't know what happened either. So
Okay. So you want me to restate what I just said?
No, I heard you. It's just
Okay.
fading out. So
Sorry.
you want to warm up.
Yes. So go ahead and stand up and just start with a simple ah.
Oh,
And now go up a half
oh,
and up a half.
oh.
Now, can you all hear when she's on that top note? It sounds a little kind of closed, almost a little pinchy. So what I want you to do this time is you're going to breathe. My dog, sorry. You're going to breathe like it's a big, warm air tunnel.
Okay.
So like, I always call it like a fire hose of warm air. So you go, and as you breathe, your breath sets up your vocal instrument. So as you breathe, you relax your throat, and then you drive your sound with your lower abdominal muscles.
Okay.
Okay, so try that again. Start down here, and you're going to breathe on this warm tunnel of air. Oh, like that. Make it warm.
Oh,
Up a half.
oh.
Okay, did you all hear how more open she is on the top? This is a good thing. Okay, now big warm breath and do the next one.
Oh.
There you go. So you take the worry about, oh, it's getting high. Not true. That's still a comfortable note for you.
Mhm.
So you have to tell yourself, your brain gets in the way of a lot of things, everybody. and it will cause tension. And the tension is what you do not want. So if you think of some coaches will say like the elevator going down when you breathe. So you go, and your throat is open and your neck is relaxed and your power comes from your abdominals, not from here. The minute you go, oh, like that, you're tensing here and you're cutting off your ability to phonate your vocal cords.
Right.
And the muscles go and they lock up.
Okay.
So if you drive it with warm air and you forget about the throat, because the throat will make the sounds if you let them. Vocal cords are happy when you leave them alone. So yeah, drive it with your abdominal muscles and your intake of air. So try it again on that pitch.
Oh.
Now go up a half.
Oh.
There you go. Do you guys hear the worry starting to come in? You're worried a little bit about that note.
Yeah.
So tell yourself it's not high yet. You know, pretend it's like a mushroom cloud when you get up there. Just
Okay.
let this open up and let it just go. And don't push it. Just let it go on its own. Try it again there.
Oh.
There you go. What a huge difference that was. Did you hear that?
I did.
Isn't it more fun to sing that way?
Yes.
Well, do that.
Instead of being anxious all the time. Yes.
Now, the same thing, you can still go a few more because you are not up at the uncomfortable place yet. And this mushroom place is happy. It's just low pressure, lots of support, and warm air. Okay. And up, go.
Oh.
That's it. It wasn't quite as big a mushroom. Did you hear it?
Yeah.
Now you're also letting your chin drift up a little. So be careful. The notes are not up there.
Okay.
They're here.
I'm
I know.
sorry. I think if I stand on my tiptoes, I'll get them.
Actually, what I want you to do is bend your knees just a little bit. Keep your feet flat and lift your toes in your shoes.
Oh, okay.
Because what that does is it puts your balance on your heels. And in order to stay upright, you must activate your abdominal muscles or you will fall.
Right.
So
right.
therefore, you instantly have a little bit more breath support. Your knees are bent so you can relax your upper body. And then you can relax your abdominals when you breathe in and pull them in as you go up. And don't put the pressure on this.
Okay.
Okay, so try it again from here.
Oh.
Good. Now put your chin down a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. And now you're going to mushroom that out a little bit more. Don't push it. Just let it go there.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh.
Better. Now you have to believe in yourself. Try it again. Say, I got this. You're hitting the note just fine. Just let it go. Okay. Go.
Oh.
There it is. Did you all hear that open up? That's a huge difference. The minute you let it go and you trust it, it'll be there. The minute you have those ducks in your head doubting, that's a Jan Carly thing. She says, shut the duck up. This is a great thing. The minute they go, I don't think I can get this. I don't know if I can get this. That's a little high. Oh, no, it's not. Okay. Enjoy your mushroom. Let it spin around in there. Have a good time. Okay. Try another one. You still have more. Okay. Just back the pressure off. Ready?
Oh.
There you go. Now let it relax into a bigger mushroom. Oh, you got ducks are coming in. Don't let them. Did you hear it?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah. Did the rest of you hear that little bit of a pinchy sound on top? Yeah. As you sing, keep your chin down. And as you go up, you're going to move your chin back and forth just gently. Yeah. Just looking like saying no, just gently back and forth. Okay. Not your shoulders, your head. Yeah. That's important because this does not free up your voice, but this does. Sometimes you can sing this way. We do this in vocal warm-ups, that's why, because it gets that tension out of your throat. So concentrate on your abdominals more. Okay. Warm air. Go ahead.
Where am I?
Good. You're worried about the top note, aren't you?
trying to get my abdominals going.
Yeah, did you all hear that she didn't quite make it to the top, but almost? That's when you are like, I don't know if I can do this, but you can do this. So keep your chin down, nice warm air, and just let her rip. Go.
Oh,
There it is. Did you hear that? That was beautiful. Do you like that sound?
yes, I do.
Yes. Well, click save. Now as you go up, oh, there it is.
Oh,
And up.
oh,
Good. Now, did you all hear in the middle? She got a little worried.
yeah.
If the sound did this, and then it went in, and then it came back out. Your top note was glorious. Tell your middle notes to back off because they're not important. Try it again. Chin down a little bit. Go.
Oh,
Better, more free. Now do a little bit of head movement with it. Try it again.
oh,
Better. Okay. Can you all hear how she's relaxing the middle now? This is what we want. And up a half.
oh,
You're already kind of blending as you go over your passaggio. So you have some skills you may not know that you have. So what she did was she started nice and resonant, and as she coned up, she backed off the pressure, and that transitions it into your head voice. And so you start the low note with that lift. So as you breathe, pretend it's here and go, oh, pardon my terrible voice. Okay, you try it.
oh.
Okay, that was the let me out, let me out. Gotta break through the roof and go. I use the speed bump analogy a lot. You know those big fat speed bumps? Not the
Yeah,
little ones. You go and you go up and over and you get to the side. Your goal is not the peak of the speed bump. Your goal is the other side of the speed bump. So you simply roll over it. Oh, when you get there, right? So forget about that middle thing. It's just a passing thing. So try it again. There you go. Much more freedom. So don't obsess over this part.
Okay.
Start in your phrase. So you breathe at the beginning of your phrase, and your goal is to get to the end of the phrase, right? And it should all be supported and relaxed. And this is just simply a big fat speed bump. Those are easy to drive over. Okay. And up. Now you're starting in a lot of that head voice feeling. Okay. And that was the same pitch we did before. Up, up, that's where we are. Good. Now start at the top and go, oh, I can't do this today. Oh. Right. So top, down, up.
Top, down, up. Okay.
Yeah, start on the top and go down and then up.
Okay.
Good for you. Now on your top note, you're thinking it's kind of up there and there's a little duck in your head. So you need to remember the mushroom breath.
Marsha Kelly.
What? Okay.
Oh.
Okay. The mushroom breath. So you have the warm air and breathe in this space.
Okay.
And then start there. And then you simply go down and come right back to there. And you like this space. It's a happy space.
Yeah.
Okay. So. Better. Yeah, you're a little worried still on the top. Go, oh, oh, oh. Do what we call a three-peat. Okay. Yeah, and now make it a little wider sound. Okay, now she just did something that you don't necessarily always want. She moved it back in order to get the wider sound. I don't want you to put it back in your throat. I want you to keep it right where it was, on your front teeth, and put it out your forehead.
Okay.
There it is. Did you all hear that resonance space up there? That's called singing in the mask, right? That's again your nasopharynx, which is your sinuses right behind your eyeballs. And you should let that sound bounce all around in there because it really loves it there. So if you go, oh, without all that mess in the middle, yeah, you try it. There you go. Do you hear that nice open sound?
Mhm.
Now, go up one. Oh. Okay, now you did not do as warm a breath as before. It was a nice sound, but it could be a lot better. So keep your chin down. Get that warm mushroom feeling. That works for you, that big, like you have an umbrella over your head, that sort of thing. Breathe in that space and then sing it. Good. Now go up here. Higher. Okay, chin down. Yes, that one. Breathe up here.
I'll try it again.
Yep. Okay, so you add a little muscle to that. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to get this. Okay. No, you already have it. You don't have to muscle it. So breathe low, add the warm air, and don't make your throat sing it. Make your belly sing it. Okay. Try again. Better. Okay. Does that feel better? Now roll your shoulders.
Remembering 60 different things. Yeah.
All the pieces. I know.
Yeah.
I'm a very kinesthetic person. I know.
Yeah.
And so if I ever say anything to anyone where they just don't get it, say, I just don't get it. My son is like that. He is not kinesthetic. He is a physical, tell me which muscle it is, mom. So he's all about the physics of it and not about the imagery. And so at first I was like, uh-oh, I don't know how to teach this child. And then we had to learn by learning what muscles were working and what was happening and how your larynx is going down and how all of these things work. And then he got it. And now he's doing really good, but it has to be physical. So with you, the imagery is working really well.
Yeah.
You need to allow your body to sing and feed it the air that it needs and give it the breath that it needs in order for the vocal cords to phonate and resonate properly.
Okay.
So try it one more time. Breathe here. Oh, much nicer sound. Now, one thing I want you to stop doing is this. When you breathe, you're like this. I'm going to get this. You are like me. You're like a workaholic person. Yes.
Yeah.
I will get this no matter what. That's like most of us, right, guys? So what you need to do is keep your shoulders down and let your abdominals expand to breathe, because this will add tension in your throat. Okay, so belly out, warm breath, and start nice and high and mushroom-like. Okay. Already more relaxed on top. So the biggest culprit of killing a sound is muscle tension, and that comes by worrying about it. So you need to trust in your voice that it will work and pay more attention to breathing and breath support and abdominal skills. And every chance you get, do a little shoulder roll, do a little head roll, remind your muscles to stop tensing. And then get that nice warm breath and support it from your abdominals and make all the warm air come out your throat. And don't think, oh, I don't know if I can get that. Not true. You've got it. You have all the notes. So now where's a phrase in your song where you have to jump from chest to head? And then we have to do the solo thing too, real quick. How much time do I have left, Sheree?
Yeah, I just sent you a message. You have less than 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Okay.
With Karen.
Okay, so there's a transition from let's see, this is it starts low and then it goes for about 6 measures. Do you want me to go and sing that? And then it transitions up to an F.
Can you sing like the last measure before it transitions?
Okay. Your lips may be near, but where is your heart?
Okay. Already you're not bad at this. So when you start with your, you need a little more lift in your sound. It
Okay.
is up here, there, a little more lift. So you
Right.
breathe this way and you are doing that warm air breath.
Okay.
Your lift maybe, and that's total head voice up there.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so try it.
Your lips may be near,
Okay.
but
Now, right away, you said your and you did this.
uh-huh.
So your face and mouth posturing are pinching your lower sound.
Okay.
So keep your chin down. Your, is it your or your? What are you singing?
Your.
Your?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what.
okay.
Yeah.
You still have your teeth apart. There you go. I make a ooh. Your lips. Your lips, right?
Uh-huh.
So relax your jaw and open up your mouth, your actual. There are 3 areas of resonation in your voice. There's your head voice, there's your mouth and everything that's there, and your chest.
Uh-huh.
So if you close your jaw, you thin the resonant space. It's
Okay.
like a cave. You have a narrow cave, it goes, ah,
Okay. Okay.
big difference in those 3 sounds.
Right.
So you need this open, but make your lips do the ooh. You, okay?
All right. Your your lips may be near, but where is your heart?
Where
Where?
is your, connect those.
Okay. But where is your heart?
Good. When you land on where, you need that lift. Add some buoyancy to it.
All right.
But where?
But where is your heart?
There you go. That's a nicer sound.
1 minute, Marsha.
Okay, thanks. As far as your solo line goes, when you
Okay.
have a bass solo in something,
Right.
you need to bring volume out a little bit, but you really need to sing it as if you're a lead.
Okay.
So what is your bass solo line that you sing?
Okay. The bass solo line is, you must break. Wait a minute, I gotta get the right note. You must break the spell, this cloud that I'm under.
So all of that is a solo?
Well, that's the solo part, except that I haven't gotten into it. I didn't hit the
Right.
right notes, so.
That's okay. When you do a solo, you start with, you're doing all the bass stuff that you're doing and you're singing and you're wrapping your sound around the lead and you're doing all that stuff. Then you have a solo and you go, use your text to tell the story. You must do this and then I know, whatever
Okay.
your words are, right?
Okay. Uh-huh.
So, yeah, but connect your phrase.
Mhm.
Don't worry about note to note. You're
Okay.
telling story. So here is my solo. I'm giving it to you.
Okay.
And
Alright.
think of more storytelling as opposed to I have to hit these notes.
Okay. You must break the spell, this cloud that I'm under.
Okay. You're still left braining it a lot.
Yeah.
So you need to tell somebody this. You must break the spell, this cloud that I'm under.
Okay.
Tell the story.
You must break the spell, this cloud that I'm under.
Better. Practice that in the mirror and watch your face.
Okay.
And then if you're doing this, you're thinking, don't give me the 11s. You know what the 11s are, right?
Yeah.
Right there, no
Too
11s.
much thinking. Yeah.
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay.
So good work. So now write stuff down.
All right.
So I think we're a little past time, but thank you.
Thank you.
Good work.
Very,
Yeah,
very helpful.
lots of good things.
Yes.
Okay. And next is
Kathy.
Kathy. Kathy is almost a neighbor. She lives really close to me. So,
And Kathy, you've still got your microphone muted there. So if you can unmute so we can hear your beautiful voice.
yes, that would help.
Okay, I was worried about how far back to get again.
So, yeah, she sings on the other
Oh.
side of him from me in
Maybe
private.
just a minute.
Yeah, that's
Okay, I
plenty.
adjusted earlier. Is that gonna be
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, back up a tiny bit more. There, that's better. Okay. So what are you looking to glean from this?
My notes here. Breathing. I can't get
Always.
through, basses have to, anyway. I used to be able to sing really high, had a huge range, and now I can barely hit a D. And being a bass, we're always doing do's or do's. And so my facial expressions, I have a very lugubrious expression anyway. So, that kind of a thing.
So you need some breathing, you need some relaxing up there, which is everything I just did with Karen. So there's a lot of those things you can take from that.
Yeah, I've been writing some notes down.
Yeah, that warm breath and relaxing your abdominals. And we don't breathe from here. We breathe from our belly. Because in your physical structure, you have upper and lower abdominal muscles. And I'll get out of my own way here. There we go. So you have your belly button, mine's here. So I always tell voice students to take your thumb and stick it in your belly button and then put your fingers down here. These are the muscles you really want to use. So relax your legs a little bit. Never lock your knees ever on the risers. You will pass out. It cuts off circulation. So what you need to do is relax your abdominals. And as you sing, you pull them in. And then what happens is those connect to the diaphragm muscle. So the diaphragm muscle is an involuntary muscle. You cannot control that unless you are doing lower abdominals. So your diaphragm muscle is underneath your lungs. And that's what gives you that support to give you all the notes that you need to sing and to hold your sound longer. Sorry, I'm headless here, but So as you sing, you do this. Your throat has nothing to do with anything except to allow the vocal cords to phonate. And the reason you're not getting your high notes is because you're probably worried about them. And you're thinking, oh my gosh, they're high, I can't get them. Well, this is not true. That we just proved with Karen, because you can get them, but you have to believe, you have to be a believer. And you need to do this nice warm breath. So start here, go. Ah. Step back one step. There we go. Now I can see. Put your thumb on your belly button. Put your fingers down on your lower abs. And don't think about, oh, I have to breathe. A lot of times that people are like, oh, I have to breathe, this happens. And you can see it in the mirror. Like if you go, see my throat? All those things tighten up. And these muscles on the side are called scalenes. You don't want to mess with them. They're the ones that always hurt. You rub them and your head feels better. My scalenes and I are angry with each other all the time. But I also help them out. So what you need to do is relax those and relax all of this. Your breath does not come from here. Your breath comes from down here, period. Your job up here is to keep your sternum lifted so your ribs can expand, because the muscles in between your ribs are called intercostals, right? So you have ribs like this, you have diagonal muscles like this, and they go this. And if your ribs didn't expand, then your lungs can't expand. It's really hard to breathe. So what some coaches will say, like, push your rib cage out, and you can stretch it out. You can lift your sternum and breathe from here. The goal is to create space for air. And so you always sing with really good posture. So this is good. You need to relax your shoulders, and anytime you need air, just push your belly button out. The air goes in, I would say automatically to my kids, because the abdominals go out, the diaphragm pulls down, and opens your lungs. It's just physically what happens. You ever watch like babies sleeping and you see their tummy rise and fall when they're sleeping? That's what's happening. Their abdominals are expanding and then they're contracting, and it's allowing the lungs to expand and to contract. We do this in our sleep too. So you need to do it when you're awake. So belly out, belly in. So try that, and let's do a couple of vocalises here. Start up here. So we're getting your head tones. Okay. Good. Already you're more relaxed. Do you feel that?
Mhm.
Okay. And remember, your shoulders need to relax. Put just one hand on your abdominals. Let the other one relax. Okay. Now do that nice, fat, warm breath that I did with Karen. Okay. Good. Now, is your vowel ah or
I think it's an I'm not sure. I think it's a mixture of the two.
So
What do you
you
want
need
it to be?
to make a decision. I'd say for now, sing on an ah, because it's easier to open up and lift your soft palate on ah. So better. Now, did you all notice what her neck and shoulders did when she breathed in? Try it again. That's better now that I mentioned it. You went like this on your first breath. I'd say 99% of the women that I see sing do that because they think, oh, I have to breathe, right? Like suck in your gut. It's like, it's intuitive to lift that chest and try to breathe up here. Well, these lobes are little. Why would you fill those people up? Those are your extra air in case you're running out of air. Then you can use that only if in emergency. But your big lobes of your lungs are down here. So now I want you to keep your shoulders down no matter what. And just think belly button out, belly button in. Okay, breathe. Good. Now make your resonant space that is your mouth open up. And when you breathe in, that's that warm breath. That's the yawn feeling, right? So good. Now, as you go up, you're going to pull your abdominals in just gently. Okay. Yeah, did you guys hear how there's more support there up on the top now? Yeah. Okay, you're back to You have a lovely I should see space between your teeth. It's better. I need to see a lot of space between your teeth. Now we have tension, yes?
Yeah.
So that's your tongue. It is easier to create high sounds when you close your mouth. The problem is that adds tension to your sound. So when you're up here, you go, which is what you want, instead of, which it's easier to go, oh, I can get them, right? And it's way tight. What you want to do is, try that.
I'm not sure what you want me to do. I can't really hear you.
You're gonna do a warm breath like this, and then do a warm breath out. And then you're gonna do a warm breath in and go.
See, I can't get that note.
But you do have that note. Tell yourself, I have that note.
I'm getting lightheaded.
Don't get lightheaded. So when you're up there, go. Okay, now go. Good. So did you hear? Everyone else might have heard it better. It's easier when you're not the person singing it, but you might have felt it. Your lower sound is more open and your upper sound gets tight. That's why your notes above that aren't coming out.
Yeah.
because you're tightening the noose, so to speak. And vocal cords don't phonate with tension. So what you have to do is do like I did with Karen, where you keep it fat and do the mushroom cloud. Oh, just make it nice and open up there. Oh, there's your voice. Now we like that voice. And your teeth are apart more. That will help. Do you know, for you, let's do an O. Oh. You notice she stays more open with O than ah. Okay. It keeps cutting out on the top, so I can't tell if you're getting it or not. There. That's a very pretty tone. Now, yeah, remember how that feels on the top? Go up. Remember, we're not high yet. Tell yourself it's not high yet. Okay.
Where do you want me to start now?
Oh. I can't tell if she's getting it or not.
Yeah, I don't know why it's cutting out.
You've got a dampener on, maybe.
What?
A sound dampener? Yeah, I think you're getting it. I just can't tell the vocal quality though.
Marsha, hold on for 1 second. Sharon, it looks like you've got a virtual background on. If you could turn that off, it could be contributing to low bandwidth. We promise not to judge your room if it's messy. Okay, so let's try that. Thank you, Sharon.
Oh, there we go. Yay, Cherie. That's why we pay her the big bucks. Now, hold on. You're going to go up a half. Oh, ready? Oh, I lost you again.
Yeah, so much for the big bucks.
I know. Well, okay. How does that feel on the top?
It feels fine. I can feel it in the back of my palate.
Good. Your soft palate. Yeah.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, try it again. I could hear you go up to it. When you got to the top, I couldn't hear it, but there it is. And up a half. Oh. Go, ha, ha, ha. Lots of air. I go, ha, ha, ha. Throw it away. Yeah. So you have lots of tension in here. We got to get rid of. So a lot of it's in your jaw. So there it is. Now do this. Take 2 fingers and put them right here between your teeth. This way, sideways. Now, ho, ho, ho. Try that. Do you feel your tongue come up in the back of your throat? Yeah, you can take your fingers out now. So now take your tongue. This is what I told my son, you know, the physical dude. Your tongue is a big fat muscle. And your tongue is getting in the way of your high notes because it thinks it has to close the orifice to make this sound, which is the opposite of what you want. So what you're going to do is as you go up, you know, keep your breath support going like you are. You already have pretty good breath support. And you're going to pretend your tongue is being pulled down your throat. So you have to pull it out of your throat. So let's try the physical approach. Ready? Give it a shot. There it is. Did you hear the sound open up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's like the tongue is back here.
Yes.
It had to be forward.
It it lives from here to there. I mean, it's a big, huge thing. And so what your tongue is doing, like here's the front of your tongue, the back of your tongue is going like this as you're ascending. And what you want it to do is relax. So yeah, one way to do it is like what Kim Holbert used to do. Kim Vaughn, I forget her name now. Anyway, she had us do this. We sang our whole tongue like that. And that does the same thing, but your tongue can still get tense sometimes. So try it, go. And that pulls it forward, like you've heard, which is good. And it gets a lot of it out of your throat. Now do both things, tongue forward, and try to get it to go down in the back of your throat. Make a cave as opposed to tightening. Okay. Your tongue won that one. Go. Yeah. Stick with the, not the tongue out, but stick with the down the throat feeling, like elevator going down. Okay, your mouth is closed now. Open your mouth. Remember the 2-finger space? Keep that. You want that warm tunnel of air like a fire hose. And you set that up on your breath. If that remains open, the sound will come out. Oh. Chin down. Belly breathing. Okay. I can't hear you at all.
Yep, and you've got less than 4 minutes.
Okay, thanks. So anyway, the thing you need to work on is opening your mouth when you sing. You sing like this when you're here and your jaw is tiny, and that takes your space and it makes it do this. Even when you sing in the cut space or the book space, it is not that small. So you need to open up your resonators in the back of your throat. So your tongue has to get out of the way. Your soft palate needs to come up, and you do all of this on the breath. So you do this, and they say like you're going to yawn. It's that breath, but you have to keep it in that yawn space while you sing. And you're doing a good breath, and then you're going back to this. So you have a muscle memory habit that we just have to get out of your muscles. So if you go, it'll work. If anybody gets in the way, better. If anything gets in the way, it pinches off your sound. So tell your tongue to get out of your way. You have the notes up there. You just have to free them up.
Yeah, I have to find them again.
You have to be a believer. Talk to me later. We'll have a couple lessons. Yeah,
well, I do plan on it. Once you're not so busy, I'd like to get some lessons from you.
Yeah, that would be great because I could help you with that. Another thing is moving the head, rolling the shoulders. Sometimes it works if you bend over to 90-degree angle. Try that. Did you guys hear that? That's a huge difference. Now go. I couldn't hear it. Try it again.
There it goes.
Couldn't hear you. Oh, it's not there?
Yeah, it cracked.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
I don't care if you crack. Sing through the crack. Allow yourself to crack. Okay. Now, what do you want to do on that top note to help open it up?
Keep my tongue down.
Yeah. And don't push. It's there. You have to take the pressure off, take the volume off, and drive it with warm air. Did you sing?
I did.
I can't hear you. Try it
That's
again.
fine. It wasn't very pretty.
Well, so that's one thing you can do is you distract yourself. Another way is to do push-ups on the wall. So if you turn around, put your hands on the wall, right out from your shoulders. Now walk your feet back. A little more. Lower your hands just a little bit. Now, as you ascend, your top note, you're going to have your nose touch the door. Then you're going to push yourself back. So try it.
1 minute, Marsha.
Okay, so what this does is, number one, it distracts you from all this throat and face business because you're busy trying to figure out how to do your arms, right? Distraction is good. That means these will relax. It also kicks in more abdominal support. So you need to focus on belly breathing and not whether or not you can hit the notes, because you can hit the notes. You got to drive it with warm air and do a lot more breath support. So you should do push-ups on the wall when you're doing warm-ups.
Okay, well, I'm
And then
getting my
you can-
exercise in.
Yeah, I know, work with your arms. And then you can relax your head, you can relax your shoulders. You're working this way, and your abdominals have to kick in or you fall over, right? So that's a really easy way to do it. I do it on the piano. Like I have a little piano voice studio in Hillsborough, and I have this huge, gorgeous grand piano that he lets me use because owner is a friend of mine. And so I have my students put their hands on the edge of the grand piano, and that's just the perfect kind of a plank. And so they can go down and they can go back. And the wall works too. Kitchen counters work, a table, all of those things, so you can lower yourself and bring back up, and it kicks in your muscle strength. And it helps you relax this because you can't think of all that stuff at once. So good job.
Thank you.
Yeah. Write things down.
I recorded it.
Oh, good. Last time we did PVIs under glass, I forgot to remind people to write stuff down. So, okay.
So your next spotlight is Nancy, because Jermaine is not here. So
Hey, you lucked
she's a
out.
lucky recipient.
Yay, Nancy. Okay, what are your
Hi.
goals for this? Hi.
So you've answered a whole lot of my questions already,
Good.
which is wonderful. I have a chronic throat and chest thing like you've got, but I've had it all my life, and it's every day, and it never goes away, and it's just really troublesome. So I appreciate your suggestion.
Yeah.
And my daughter's constantly telling me to sip water, and I tell her I am, and it's not helping, but I'm still doing it.
You might talk to an ENT about allergies,
Yeah,
because that's like a postnasal drip thing.
yes,
I'm allergic to lots of things, and that's probably part of mine. This, I think, is the rest of some virus thing. But I get colds and sinus infections easily. So I have to be careful. I have a compromised immune system, so I just have to watch it really close. I do daytime, nighttime cold medicine. I do an allergy pill. So if you try an allergy pill, like an Allegra or a Claritin, does that help that?
I used to take them allergy pills every day, and I just quit doing it. I don't know why. So I should start up again and see if it's really helpful.
Yeah, I would test that out, because that's helped me. Benadryl puts you to sleep, so you might want to do that during the day.
I
I
can't do
take
that.
a 24-hour pill at night before I go to bed. Another thing too is, if you're like me, you're allergic to dust, mold, and mildew, pollens, and everything that grows. And
Yeah, and when I wake up in the morning, I'm especially congested.
Mhm. So it
And
might be dust.
and one factor that may affect that is that my cat sleeps with me.
Are you allergic to cats?
No, but it's
That
just
you know of?
it's just really concentrated, but at night. So
So you and I are not alone in this. There are many sufferers of this sort of a throat thing. And I watch it like a hawk, and everything I do helps. It never like cures it. So I need to talk to an ENT about going a step further with something.
Yeah.
I did in 2005, I went in and I had do a CAT scan of my sinuses, and they found that I had, because I had chronic sinus infections, just one after another, and it was awful. And I'm trying to teach school, and I'm all congested and lots of pain. He found there were 2 cysts right here that were infected all the time, and they never went down. So when I would get something new, it would rage, and then I would treat it, and it would go back to 100% max, and
Yeah.
the raging was over the 100%. And then there were 4 polyps that were blocking my airway, and my septum was severely deviated because apparently as a child I broke my nose. I don't remember this, but I was like 5 or 6, I think. And so he did all of that with a septum surgery, which is the best thing I have ever done. It's easy. It's a day surgery. You're home for like a week with pain meds. They take the packing out. And did you know when you close your mouth, air goes in your nose? It's like,
Yeah.
it was like a wind tunnel.
I had a sinus rebuild surgery like that about 20 years ago, and it was the most horrible thing to recover from that I've ever
Oh
had.
no.
But you know, my sinuses are much better
Yeah.
as
So
a
you should
result.
check out an ENT and ask them about that.
Yeah.
And maybe go the allergy route, try the allergy pill. But I live in that same world, so I get it. And it's a pain, especially when you're trying to sing, right?
Yes.
Joke
Yeah.
on your, So warm air always, warm drinks. Ice cold stuff gives me hiccups. I don't know why. So
Yeah.
I drink lukewarm water, I drink hot water, I drink tea, I drink anything that's warm. And warm, clear liquids always. Throat coat's good, And if you're doing that and then you're drinking lots and lots of water, it does thin the mucus, so it's easier to cough it out.
Yeah.
So
Now I've heard that one should drink lukewarm or room temperature water instead of ice cold.
yes,
What does ice cold do against you? Because I like ice cold.
yeah. Well, lots of people do. Oh, give me more ice with that soda. Yeah. What it does is it hits your nice warm body, and it's kind of a shock factor. It's like if you stuck your hand in a pile of snow and your hand goes, oh my gosh, it's cold, right? So everything in here down to your stomach goes like this. Oh my goodness. This apparently gives me hiccups. I don't know why, but it constricts. So as you're sipping ice cold water, it's not the best thing to lubricate vocal cords that seem tense.
Okay. I got you.
Lukewarm or tea warmer than that is good.
I just
that
carry
listens-
around a bottle of bottled water, and it's just
Yeah.
always room temperature.
Right, and that's good.
And that
So,
works.
and that'll help you better than drinking ice water. Some people, ice water doesn't affect them that much, and they're fine. And they're like, oh no, I need the ice because I have to cool off. I thought, well, I drink warm because cold water doesn't do well for me. So it's a kind of a personal thing. So everybody has to figure out what works best for them.
Yeah.
But try
And
that.
It's
Yeah.
kind of a habit too.
Yes.
Yeah.
So try no ice water. Try
Okay.
room temperature or warmer, right? Don't burn yourself. And then try an allergy pill and see if that at night when you go to bed.
Okay.
And get allergy dust covers, those allergen blockers, pillowcases.
I
and
do have
mattress
those.
pad. Yeah, those will help too.
Yeah.
Because, it's in the air, no matter how you slice it. This is the Northwest, and we
Right.
spend a lot of time indoors. And, my house has a boiler. So I have gas heated water with radiators. I have no airflow in my house at all. So there's dust all the time. So I am dusting with Swiffers all the time because it can't blow up in the air. I'll sneeze. So, so anyway, start with that. So now let's get to the singing. What is it you would like to know?
Well, I sing in 2 choruses and a church choir. And in the church choir, I sing alto, but the alto range is like middle C to the E above high C, which is very high for me. And
First alto.
I sing second alto when it's available. But anyway, I get different advice from each director and each coach that comes. And one of the things that I've been working on is alignment, and that is, like I've been told, keep your ear holes over your shoulders. So your head has to be back and your chin has to be down so that you're level with the floor. And then I'm told, don't be stiff. You've got to be moving around and, moving with the music.
Don't you love all that?
It's like, which thing should I do?
No, they are not wrong, except that, like, I have a reverse curve in my neck. I cannot physically pull it back that far. It is very painful to do that. So what you need to do is you line up, like if you stand up, go ahead and stand up. You stand up too,
Yeah.
and back up a little bit. Now, good posture starts in your core, or your hips. If you are standing this way and your hips are out, that means everything in this plumb line of a body has to counter. So if your hips go out, your head will go forward. You see a
Right.
lot of people walk like that, like this, and they walk like they look like pigeons. So what you need to do is pull your hips under you and then relax your shoulders and lift. Sit down and do this. There, this is better. Lift from the back of your head. So instead of this, which is that everybody thinks and works at a desk pose, and your hips are under you, your shoulders come back, and you lift from the back of your head. And that is a dance posture. It's also good posture. Do not think of where the ears are, because that doesn't work for me, and it might not work for you. Simply relax your shoulders, hips tucked under, lift from the back of your head, and then your sternum opens up just by aligning your spine and your hips. And it truly starts with your hips and your core. If you are standing like most people do, where they relax their abdominals, the lower back tilts. So you have your back comes down and it tilts out, and your butt sticks out a little bit, right? And you look at people as they walk, and the more you do this, the more you notice other people. And you go like, if you just tucked your hips under and lift it from the back of your head, that would be a world of difference. And you don't have as much upper back trouble or lower back trouble. So, and you need to keep your hips under you when you sing anyway. So bring them forward, because that helps you use your abdominal muscles better. And that's what you want to do. So instead of in my fat stomach, okay? Instead of this, you bring them under and you straighten like that. So now already I grew an inch, and I don't need the inches because I'm tall, but if you slump your shoulders, your head comes out and your hips go back. So it's hips under, stand up, lift from the back of your head. And that will give you better posture when you're sinking. And that will help you immensely with your breath support, because that's like thumb of the belly button, lower abs, like we did with Kathy. If you line up your hips, then you can do that more easily. And then you don't have to worry so much about this and this, because you're lifting from the back of your head. And you can feel it, like if you put your fingers on the top of your neck, where your cervical spine connects up to the skull. Can you feel it's like a little V sort of, right?
Yes.
So that little V is where you lift from. Yeah. Did you see that? Did you all watch her? Do that again. Stand normal. Now lift again. Yep. Already it just lines everything up. That opens up your ribs, and your intercostals are able to expand. And you've got this nice posture now. And now you can use your abdominals. Check your hips all the time, because they will go right back to what you're used to. Muscle memory. And this comes from, I've been dancing since I was 4. And so I was always told to stay straight, pull your hips in, pull your stomach in, blah, blah, all, my mother, my dance teacher. Oh, and I'll look at me reflection in a store window and check my because it's ingrained in my brain from childhood. But if you start doing that, if everyone does that, you have less headaches, you have less upper back pain, you have less lower back pain, and you have a lot better breathing. And so, it's really truly from the back of your head, lifting up, hips under, those two things. So now, how would you like to sing? What would you like to do?
Well, I would like to improve on carrying my instrument through smoothly, completely from the top of the range to the bottom of my range. And through the break, that, making it continuous is a challenge.
Right. And then in the first one, we talked a lot about I'll help you. And what you do is, as you approach your uncomfortable range, you sing those low notes with the feeling of a high note, and you will sing through your passaggio, and that's called a blended voice. And so if we start, let's do a little bit and do when you breathe, all the warm stuff. Oh, let me hear that. Okay, now your jaw is closed more. It needs to be taller. Yeah, keep your teeth apart a little bit further. Now try it. Now, I don't know if you all noticed that as she's saying, she closed her mouth a little bit. Lots of people do this all the time. They do it because, oh, I'm going higher, so I have to close, which is what we talked about last time. So now you need to do this. Drop your jaw a little as you go up. There you go. And a little bit of an 11s. You're worried. Yes. The eyebrows came in. She's like, So all you do now is keeping your hips tucked under, pull your belly button in on that top note and do the jaw again. I know lots of things at once, but hips. There it is. That's better. Try that one again. Okay. How's that feel?
It feels full and round, I guess.
Good. You can even open your teeth apart a little bit more.
So why, excuse me, why did somebody, and I think it was Kim Vaughn, coach one time that we should put an Altoid between our teeth and never open our mouth any wider than that?
The Altoid keeps your teeth apart.
Yeah.
And it depends on what you're working on. Like you'll hear people say, sing through the cut space, cut, 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 cut. In general, you want this much space. When you are trying to open up the back of your throat, you need to get your jaw out of the way. And it's okay to open your mouth a little bit bigger. They are trying to get people to not go, oh, and swallow their sound. Because that is I have to sing bigger. Oh, and you put your sound way back. And that's to combat that. Because a lot of people do that. And so with you need 2 Altoids.
Okay.
Not literally, because I'm pretty sure that would not work very well. But you need to, I know, the wine cork, all that stuff. I hate putting wine corks in my mouth. I've done all that. And so all it is to get you to keep your jaw at a consistent shape. So your sound can travel up and down in that resonant space.
Okay.
Yours is, you have a small Altoid. So you need to get bigger inside here.
Okay.
So you've got, and make sure you relax your jaw as you sing up. So give it a try. A-W. Now look how big her mouth opened now. What a difference. Yeah. You were now you're right?
Mhm.
So do A-W, breathe on the and then sing. So be careful your jaw doesn't come in. Did you feel it? It has to go up a little bit as you go higher. So another way to do this is to take your hand like this and put the curve of your hand on your chin and then touch your fingertips on your collarbone. Make it stay there. Did you feel your jaw try to pull up a little bit?
No, I didn't.
Good. This is helping for you. Now go up a half. Go.
Oh, I lost you.
Yeah, we all did.
A little crackling there.
She's going out and coming back in. She's clearly got technical difficulties.
Okay. I thought I would just keep working while I'm.
That's a good plan, especially when you've got only 2 minutes left anyway. So if people need to go, because it looks like we probably will run a little after 11, but hopefully not too much. You're welcome to stay, but if anyone needs to go, then we certainly support that as well. And now she's probably locked out of the room. I have to make sure I watch for her to let her back in. So while we're waiting for her, I'm going to put in the group chat. Oh, she's back. Never mind. I'll be here somewhere. I let her in. I'm wondering if she's having internet issues because I let her in. I promise I didn't lock her out. And then she disappeared again. So while we're waiting for her, if you have questions, because the chat recording is also saved, if you want to type your questions into the group chat, I can make sure that Marsha receives them and can get back with you either individually or perhaps we can do a group email since we may end up not being able to reconnect with her today. And I apologize for that, but you know, technology, you love it till you don't. She's trying. I can see her dots flickering. And then she lost her connection again. So I am guessing that it is her connection.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, I rejoined on my phone. I don't know what happened with my computer. Something just like froze and it wouldn't do anything. So I'll do my best here with a phone. I'm so sorry, everyone. Okay, so what I saw, you were doing very well. How is that feeling?
Yeah, feels good.
Good. So you're getting more relaxed sound. Your trouble is jaw tension and you're closing your mouth too much. So you need to do everything I talked about to relax that jaw and give yourself a little bit more resonance space.
Okay.
Because I mean, the Altoid thing is great for people who are over enunciating and overworking their jaw. Come on, phone, stay still. Here we go. It's precariously perched on my speaker. But for people who are already kind of smaller in their mouth, you don't want to worry about that so much. You really want to get that warm breath and relax your jaw and let it move more freely and get more space. And that in turn helps your soft palate arch. You know where your soft palate is?
Yes.
Yeah. So if everybody, just for everybody else, if you take your tongue, put it on the roof of your mouth, that's your hard palate. And then you walk it back and go way to the back where it gets squishy. That's your soft palate. And so when you breathe into yawn, your soft palate automatically arches like this. And everything stretches
1 minute,
like a
Marsha.
bubble. 1 minute? Okay, thanks. So, and I'm sorry we took out a minute or two of your time. That's not okay. Can we add that on?
I already did.
Oh, thank you. I love you, Sheree. So anyway, on that breath, that's when you relax your jaw. And then you stay there. Don't let it go back in when you sing higher. It's really easy to go, oh. I'd say 99% of the people I've ever watched sing do this because they think, oh, I have to get that. They pinch it. And so same thing goes for you. Oh. Use your abdominal muscles to help you out. Try the push-ups on the wall like I did with Kathy. That works too, because that will help you with all of that. And then, so the way that you blend the two voices is when you get to your upper chest voice where it's uncomfortable, then you start like, there's tension. So sing that in, I can't hit this. There. So it's light, it's no pressure. It'll resonate just fine. The higher you sing, the smaller the sine waves are. So those sound waves get really tiny. That's why fire alarms are tiny sounds and they're crashing, you know. It's like the rub that we love in barbershop. Well, they put tritones and things in fire alarms because the sine waves crash on each other. And it's high, so they ring really tiny and they carry much further than lower, slower waves. And that's happening in your throat. So the higher you sing, you don't have to push. Basses should never push up high. All you do is relax it, support it, and back off the pressure, and it'll ring through, and those tiny sound waves will carry your sound with no problem. That's the top part of our cone. And that's the part you're worried about working through your passaggio, which is everybody's, bane. This is passaggio. So does that help answer some of those questions?
Yes, that's great. Thank you.
And my apologies again for interrupting your PVI. That's not cool. I don't know what my computer's problem was, but everything just froze.
Yeah.
So I unplugged it.
Oh, wow.
I was like, fine, bam, so anyway, but the phone is always there. So thank you. Write a couple of things down. I hope this helped. Did that answer some of your questions?
Yes,
Oh, good.
I did make some notes. Thank you, Marsha.
Yay, absolutely. And call me anytime. Any of you can message me, send me an email. I'll answer your questions as best as possible. I give PVIs online. Just let me know. We could do it.
All right, great.
Yeah. Thank you. I have a voice student in Sri Lanka. We do Zoom lessons. I know, right? Sri Lanka. So okay.
If anyone has any additional questions, now is a good time to ask them. You can raise your hand. If you know how to raise your hand with the reactions, that's great, because I see that Angie has a question. I'm going to unspotlight Nancy now so I can see more of you all. In fact, I may just put it on speaker view so that way we can see more people with their hands raised. So Angie.
Thanks. Marsha, my question is, you just said basses should never push up high. How do we not if we have some of those higher notes that we can't reach?
Well, first of all, you can reach them. They are there. They are in all of our ranges and they're up in your head voice. And that head voice has to be driven by warm air and no pressure. You allow the vocal cords to relax so they can phonate the way they need to. The minute you get the ducts or you start worrying, that adds muscle tension. And it's tiny too. All you have to do is think, oh, that's high. That'll kill it right there. You have to do the speed bump and go over it because it's not high. It's in our range. We have notes that you have no idea you even have. There's a whole, actually women have 2 breaks in their voice. My break, being a lower singer, is between, F and G on the piano, right above middle C. And then an octave higher from that is my upper break. And so you literally have to reposition your voice for the upper sound. Men only have one break. That's just rude. But we have two. So as you go through your lower passaggio, you need to do the blended voice, and you sing with more of a head tone on those lower notes right when you start, and that'll blend it right through there. And then, but it takes a lot of practice and getting used to. As you get up higher, and I get up between, F and G above middle C to maybe A, it gets uncomfortable again. So the same thing. Then what you do is you bring it way forward into your nasopharynx up here, and the mask way forward, and you go, way, yeah. And you can get all those notes if you are bringing it forward and you're relaxing here and you're letting it just go. So, that tension will kill it. So the minute you worry, you're done. Think speed bump, you go, wee. See how the top note, I'm not doing any pressure. You have to like back away and allow it to happen. I'm sorry. It's there. I'm just frogging it out because of this stuff. But anyway, I hope that helps. Think speed bump, fat speed bump.
Okay.
You just have to get to the other side. You don't have to stop in the middle. It's just a passing sound. So take the importance off of it and just let it happen. Easier said than done, I know, but you have to work it and you have to believe. You have to be a believer. You say, I
Okay.
got this, and it doesn't have to be loud. It just has to float. Yeah.
Marsha, they're asking for your contact information. Do you want me to just put in your email?
Yeah, you can put in Marsha's 4boys at yahoo.com.
Yeah.
And just make sure when you email me, identify yourself, please. And say, hi, I'm so-and-so from this and this place. And I have a PVI question. And then I'll go, oh, okay, PVI. Because I have many emails of many things coming in, and I'll go like, I don't know who this is. So there's that. And then we can do a Zoom call anytime. We can do it on phones in the car. I don't care. I sing in the car all the time. Absolutely. You guys are awesome too. Mwah. Thank you, Judy Galloway. You totally saved me on my festival. This woman, you guys should bow to her. She let me know
She
of a
is
fund
amazing.
that could pay for the Valkyrie's expenses. And because of her, we were able to do that. So can't thank you enough. Anyway, any other questions? There's so much more stuff, but
So I'm putting a shameless regional management plug into the group chat for 2 weeks from yesterday is our Panda Express regional fundraiser. So hopefully you all will share that information. It's also on the regional website and in the latest e-blasts. So support your region.
we have an awesome region. Oh yeah, acupuncture for allergies. Yeah. I get regular massage therapy for back issues that I've had for years. I had 6 rear end car accidents. I wouldn't recommend it. So I get lots of that therapy, and she works a lot on my neck and shoulders. Relaxing those muscles is huge. She does some sinus work too. There's also like cranial sacral stuff you can do into, kinesiology and naturopathy. Yeah, acupuncture.
Yep, it's good stuff.
Absolutely. And Angie's
Okay,
my
ladies, I
carpool, but
think that is the end of our questions. Reach out if you didn't get Marsha's email and you have questions. You can always send a message through the region's Facebook page, and I am one of the monitors for that. I'm happy to then forward messages on to Marsha. There's lots of ways to reach us, so don't hesitate to reach out. Marsha, as always, you were fantastic, And
Thank you. So are you. Good.
thanks for coming up with a plan B, grabbing your phone quickly. Your connection's actually better on your phone than it was on the computer
Really?
anyway. Yes,
So maybe in the future I should use my phone.
maybe, because
I need
it's clear.
a bracket to hang on my computer that'll hold it.
Yeah, I have a bracket on my O-ring, so.
So, well, at least we got it done. I'm so sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
Have a great rest of your weekend, everybody. And I guess we'll just leave you with 2 words. Go Zags. All right, take care.
Thank you all. You're awesome. Come again. I hope we do this again. It's so much fun. So this